What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope having a blessed Monday. Start off this week. Before I get started on this Against All Odds review, just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. 428 still, YouTube 122, Rumble. The gains don't stop. They slow down, that's for damn sure. Especially for my channel. But they don't stop. Alright? But thank you. Thank you to everyone that's still subbed. You know, that likes and comments. Cause that's all I ask for. That's all I want to see. Right? That's it. It's that simple. But enough of that. Let's get into it. So we start off with the countdown show to Against All Odds. Hoping my true motherfuckers know this be the realest shit I ever rolled. Against All Odds. We start off with the 6-woman tag team match. We have the brand of elegance. We got Ash, Heather, and Maggie by Elegance versus Harley Hudson, Mila Grace, and Zaya Brookside. Now, I had Team Zaya going over because I'm thinking to myself, okay, Zaya just went over on Rosemary on that Monsters Ball match, so maybe, just maybe, they're trying to push her. Little did I know I was sorely mistaken because we fast forward to the finish. We see Ash by Elegance. It's the rarefied air to Mila Grace for the 1, 2, 3. The Elegance brand goes over. And you see this right here. This is why people have a hard time trying to get behind Zaya Brookside. Because at 1 minute she wins a match, then she loses the next 5. You know what I mean? Like, what are y'all doing with Zaya Brookside? That's what I want to know. Like, this inconsistent booking doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Either push the broad or don't. As far as the match itself, it was decent. You know, I like what Harley brings to the table. I already know how good Mila is from her work in Marigold. And maybe because they're new, they have to pay their dues. I don't fucking know. But get the real reason as to why they lost this match. Where because we see the concierge. He says, you're looking at the greatest tag team of all time. The undeniable, unbeatable brand of Elegance. But they get interrupted by the returning Peyton Royce, Billy Kay, the Iconics, or should I say, the Inspiration. That's her name here in TNA. I was like, oh shit. Now again, I hate, and I say this, I hate when they do returns on the fucking pre-show. It's like, why? I don't understand it. I don't. Like, but it is what it is. Right? But I am happy to see these two back in TNA. And to be honest, they never should have got released from the WWE. But that's for another video, for another day. Right? But I'm happy to see them back here in TNA. Move on with the Older 4. Alright? You see Mustafa Ali and Ali, who we trust. He comes through. This was after Hotch was trying to convince Tasha to be in his corner here tonight. Ali says, Mr. Hotch, actions have consequences. And you're going to find out exactly what that means tonight. Mr. Schuyler, you will be the voice of Order 4 as you will do commentary for our match here tonight. And Miss Steele, you will be the face of Order 4 as you will be in my corner here tonight. Any questions? You got Hotch looking dazed and confused, like you're not going to speak up? You're not going to say anything? No. Speak now, forever hold your peace? Nothing? Okay, gotcha. Alright, afterwards, we see Tasha call somebody up. Now, this is what the huge mystery is. Who is Tasha talking to? I have no clue. I've heard some people say that Trevor Lee is supposed to come back. I don't know, man. I really don't. But I'm interested to see how this shit plays out. We see SDL, Steph the Lander, grabs the mic, cuts a quick promo saying that her man, Mance Warner, is gonna whoop Steve Maclin's ass here tonight. And if you don't like it, tell somebody. Who cares? Good luck with that. Damn, man, these people are ruthless out here. But nonetheless, we move on. Get a promo from the director of Authority, Santi Morella. He says that tonight might be my last night here in TNA. I have to be honest, but Bobby Stone, he doesn't care about TNA. He doesn't care about all you fans around here in this building. He doesn't care about the fans watching at home. So it is up to me to stop Bobby Stone and save TNA. And then we see Robbie E, aka Robert Stone, looking like he just got his disco on with John Travolta. He says that, listen, Santino, alright, yeah, this is gonna be your last night as I officially take over here in TNA, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. But I'll tell you this, your daughter, Ariana Grace, will still be here, and I'll make her my personal maid. He then gets interrupted by Always Ready, the major player, the indie death god, Matt Cardona. He says that it's no secret I'm a free agent. I'm not signed here to TNA, the WWE, your favorite backyard wrestling promotion. So who better to call this match right down the middle than me? Because I already talked to TNA management, and you're looking at your official referee for your match here later on tonight. Santi Morella then says, I hope you're a man of your word, Matty Cardone. As far as you, Bobby Stone, you failed to read the fine print because there's one stipulation you failed to mention, and that is I have full authority to use the Cobra. And that's it for this segment. And I was watching this shit live on YouTube, and I was looking at the chat, and you see the comments talking like, oh my god, this is so cringe. This is like terrible acting, as if like the WWE and AEW are that much better. You know what I mean? Acting like fucking you get Academy Award performances in WWE and Oscar level performances in AEW. Like, get the fuck out of here. This shit's supposed to be cheesy. It's supposed to be corny because that's what wrestling is. It's supposed to be fun, aka entertainment. Damn, man. Some of these fans, man, like, I have such a disdain for, man. Like, honestly, I really do. Can't stand some of them. But I digress. Moving on to the last match here on the Countdown Show. It is for the TNA International Belt. We have Mance Warner versus the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA International Champion, Bulletproof Steve Maclin. Right? This was a decent match for what it was. Sucks it's on the pre-show, but it is what it is. Alright. Fast forward to the finish. Maclin hits the KIA to Mance Warner. 1, 2, 3. And still TNA International Champion Steve Maclin. This one was too easy. I had Maclin winning because he's building momentum, trying to elevate that international belt. And Mance couldn't even beat Sammy in their feud. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Mance. I don't know, man. It's like he lost to Callahan, he lost to Maclin. He's a loser. like you got this man jobbing out, man. Where does he go from here? I don't know, but that leads us to the main card. But real quick, I just want to give my condolences and prayers to Miss Julia Riley, aka Claire Lynch. She passed away a few days ago, I believe. I don't know how old she was. Apparently she passed away from what they said was natural causes. So I don't know. But I just want to give her a moment of silence. And if you don't remember the whole Claire Lynch storyline, it is regarded as one of, if not the worst storyline they have ever done in that company. And yeah, that shit was garbage. Absolute fucking garbage. Because the whole premise of this story was you have this trailer park trash coming out of nowhere and accusing AJ of knocking her up. And yeah, fucking Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, they were a bad influence back then, and Dixie Carter, and it was a mess. Like that shit was terrible, man. But nonetheless, rest in peace to Miss Julia Riley. But we move on to the first match here in the main card. It's an 8-man tag team match. You have trust in the system. Alright, you have Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers. Man, I Hate Pro Wrestling's JDC and the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA X Division champion, the face of the franchise, Moose. They're going up against the Hardy Boys, my nigga, the youngest in charge, YIC himself, Leon Slater, you get me, and a surprise appearance. Matt Hardy introduces the hometown man. He's a hometown man. He's a hometown man. When this dude came out, because it's Cody Deaner, obviously, looking like Delirious Jr., rocking a Charles Barkley Phoenix Suns jersey, I was laughing my ass off with that cheesy, hokey fucking theme song. I'm like, this is hilarious. But the crazy thing is, this is the most over he has ever been in his entire career. That's the crazy part. Like, this dude was over, getting Joe Hendry level pops. They're like, hometown man, hometown man, hometown man. I'm like, what am I watching? Like commentary said, like, let's see where this shit goes. Alright, because I'm like, how does this dude go from being a complete jobber like the past 2 years to now being one of the most over baby faces in the company? And I'm like, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy, absurd. But fast forward to the finish. Alright, we see Leon Slater does a small package to Moose, countering the spear. 1, 2, 3, Team Extreme goes over. So they're gonna set up Leon Slater versus Moose for that X Division title at some point this year, because Leon Slater's whole story is that he wants to be the youngest X Division champion of all time before he turns 21 this year. I'm all for it, right? But we move on to the match of the night. Not even close. This match was flawless, right? And that's a match between Jason Hodge versus an Ali we trust, the greatest president of all time, Mustafa Ali, who is unequivocally the best heel in the game. No question. Even though he wrestles still like a high flyer, putting on banger matches, he acts like a heel. He shows heel tendencies, unlike a certain somebody in AEW, Rico, don't call me bald, Shay. This is how it's done. This is it. Because the story in this match is Jason Hodge trying to prove himself to Mustafa Ali that, hey bro, you're bugging, I don't like the direction you're taking the order for. Alright? Ali is using Hodge as a catalyst to show that weakness will not be tolerated in the order 4. You understand? Alright? But this match itself was excellent. Superb. And I rarely say that on this channel, but this match was superb. 100%. Great performances from both men. We'll fast forward to the finish. Right? Ali hits that declaration of Ali, the 450 splash to Hodge, goes for the pin, but he picks his ass up at 2. He says, nah, I ain't done with him yet. Skyler gets up from commentary. He was like, what the hell are you doing? That's it. He's done. And they'll throw in the damn towel. He's done. All right. Ali was like, I'm not done with him. Shut the hell up. I'm done when I say I'm done. Sit your fat ass back down there. Natasha, she was conflicted the whole time. Now, she felt bad that Hotch was getting his ass whooped, but Ali was the first one to be there when Tasha needed someone the most. But Ali tries to go for another 450. Hotch gets his knees up, tries to go for the pin. Ali kicks out, then hits a nasty overhead belly-to-belly suplex into the corner to Hotch, then hits another declaration of Ali, the 450 splash to Jason Hotch on his back. Mind you, 1, 2, 3, Mustafa Ali, and Ali, we trust, goes over. Now, after the match, we see Skyway trying to help up Jason Hotch because, they are the great hands together. All right, so he's trying to pick up the left hand. Right, Mustafa Ali sees this, puts a stop to it. He says, what the fuck are you doing? Did I tell you to get in here? Get your ass out of here now. Right, Skyler backs down like a bitch. Like, the story's hilarious. All right, Jason gets up. All right, Mustafa sees this, extends his hand to shake Hotch's hand. Now, Hotch, he's apprehensive at first, but he says, fuck it. I'll shake the man's hand. And Ali, he looks down, looks up, walks away. The crowd starts booing the fuck out of him. That is an asshole thing to do. But this is awesome. It is. I know some people, they don't care for this gimmick or they don't understand the story, which I'm like, what's not to understand? It's pretty self-explanatory. Like, we see the dissension within Ali, who tries to parade around like he is a leader for the people. But in reality, this dude is an absolute piece of shit that only gives a damn about himself. All right? That's the story. It's like, what don't you get? You know what I mean? But I digress. We move on to the inspiration backstage. They said that they've been gone because both of them were pregnant, but they're back. And we are here to put the brand of elegance on notice because they're only champions because we weren't here. All right, but we move on to the segment with First Class because if you ain't first class, you're last. They were showing off their top flight security. AJ Styles, he says, their security because it says it on their shirt. That's how you know they're legit. And the crowd was like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And Casey, he was like, pardon me? Pardon me? Pardon me? It never gets old. It's just the way he says it. It's hilarious. AJ says, like, what? Hey, whoa, chill. All right, there are children here in the audience. Right, I'm going to show y'all some goodwill. Not the goodwill that this dude right here goes to. Look at this dude. Look at that shirt. Look at them shoes. Start roasting this poor dude because he's rocking his It's Tiffy Time shirt here in TNA. More power to him. All right. AJ then goes on to say, people seem to be confused as to why we helped Mr. Trick NA, Trick Williams, time and time again. Even though it's getting millions of views on social media, who is the pesky, annoying individual who keeps getting in my business, interrupting the First Class segment with O'Shea Jackson Jr., our conversation with Sami Callihan, and the man that put his hands and whooped Casey Navarro's ass? That man is Mike Santana. Mike is out here writing checks his ass can't cash. So that's why First Class had to put his ass on notice. We then see my nigga Mike Santana in the building, rocking some new merch. Every time I see this dude, he has a new shirt on. Hey, good for him, man. I'm happy for him. When he comes through, he hits a Batista bomb on Casey Navarro through the table. KC is down. KC is down. That shit was reminiscent to when Batista hit that Batista bomb to Triple H through the table, telling him that I'm coming for your punk ass at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. That powerbomb was nasty. Alright, then afterwards we see AJ Not Styles going right upside Mike Santana's head, a bottle of champagne, knocking his ass out. He then drags the lifeless body of Casey Navarro back to the gorilla position. Alright, but we move on to my second favorite match of the night. We see Indie Wrestling, Indy Hartwell on commentary for this match. It's for the Knockouts title. We have the challenger, Layling Lee, one of my favorites here in TNA. Been one of my favorites for years now. And she's going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA Knockouts champion, Motheroshu Slamovic. Good ass match. I loved it. This was easily Layling Lee's best match in her career. We already know how good Masha is. I have yet to see a bad match from Masha Slamovic, but this match was more so to prove that Layling Lee can be at that championship level. She proved it here tonight on this show. Great performances from both ladies, but Layling Lee was doing moves I'd never seen her do before. I said, hot damn. These ladies were out there putting in the work, out there wrestling. Alright? But we fast forward to the finish. Masha hits the Requiem pile driver to Layling Lee. 1, 2, 3. And still TNA Knockout Champion Motheroshu Slamovic. Right afterwards, we see the return of Killer Kelly, who's been gone for a minute because she too was pregnant. But she's back, and what killed me was the lack of reaction from the crowd. You see a couple fans in the audience here like, yeah, woo, that's it. I'm like, damn. So you're gonna tell me he's a hometown man? He's a hometown man. Gets a bigger pop than the Inspiration and Killer Kelly's returns? Come on. Like, that's not right. But what's going on here, man? I don't know, but I'm glad to see Killer Kelly back, looking better than ever. Alright, so she's gonna be the next challenger for Mother Russia. So we'll see how shit plays out. You know, going back to the days of them as MK Ultra. That was her tag team name, I believe. But yeah, we move on to the next match. It's a grudge match between I Believe in Joe Hendry versus the King of TNA, King Cass, Killer Cass, aka Frankie Kazarian. Now, I had King Cass winning here because he needed that fucking win. Alright, he's been jobbing out far too much for my liking, and especially that promo he cut towards Joe. He was like, look at me, you son of a bitch. Look me in my eyes. You lost the title to someone that's not even on the roster. How pathetic. It's a slap in the face to guys like me who've been busting their ass for TNA for years. So I'm gonna teach your ass a fucking lesson at Against All Odds. So we get the match. Alright, fast forward to the finish. King Cass hits the chop block to Joe, then puts his feet on the ropes, pins him. 1, 2, 3. Frankie Kazarian goes over. You see how excited fucking King Cass was after the match? Like, it's kind of reminiscent to when Randy Orton hit that split after he RKO'd Mark Henry. I don't know why, that's what it reminded me of.
And Christian RKO from the Viper!
Alright, but I'm glad King Cass won here, and they're telling the story that Joe Hendry has officially hit rock bottom. We then get a backstage segment of Robbie E. This entourage of Alicia Fox, Tessa Blanchard. They're talking to Matt Cardona backstage. Robbie hands him an envelope, and the envelope was a couple bucks. Your coupons to Chuck E. Cheese. Matt says, hey, I'll take free money. I'll take it. But Robert Stone's like, listen, man, like, I can trust in you that you'll have my back tonight. All right? That's what I'm paying you for. All right? Good game. All right. Move on to the next match. It's for the tag team titles, where you got the Rascals, smoke them if you got them, and they got all of them. All right? They're going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA Tag Team Champions, Nick Nemeth and Nick Nemeth's brother. Right? Good tag team match, but it was predictable. All right? There was at no point in this match that I believe that the Rascals were going to beat the Nemeths here tonight. Right? Fast forward to the finish, we see Nick Nemeth hits that danger zone, yeah. And then we see Nick Nemeth's brother hits that big Hollywood ending, which is kind of like the jumping flatliner, basically, with a 1, 2, 3, and still TNA Tag Team Champions, Nick Nemeth and Nick Nemeth's brother. Moving on, we get a promo backstage with Jody Threat. She's promoting her merch on TNAshop.com or wherever it's called. She gets interrupted by EY. He goes like, it was you that did it. I run this place. This place wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. And now the champion, some punk? You gotta be kidding me. Some punk is now the champion? Sami Callihan then shows up, and then Eric was like, oh, it was you. You're the one that did it. Sami was like, it wasn't me. Right? But you're not the only one that shed blood for this company. Barbed Wire Massacre is going to go down as one of the most legendary matches in TNA's history. And you're damn right it was worth it. Alright? But you're not the only one that sacrificed for this company. So they're going to set up Sami Callihan versus Eric Young one more again. Alright? But we move on to the next match, one of the most important matches of the night. And that's for the Director of Authority position. You got Matt Cardona, he's a special guest referee. You got Robert Stone, Sheriff Stone versus the current Director of Authority, Santi Morella. Now, this was an entertaining match. It was filled with interference from the entourage from Robert Stone. And we see the beautiful, the gorgeous Ariana Grace get involved herself. When we fast forward to the finish, alright, and that's Santi Morella. He uses a Cobra, knocks out Robert Stone. Robert sold the fuck out of it. It looked like he got knocked out by Terrence Crawford or Mike Tyson. 1, 2, 3, the Director of Authority is still Santi Morella. After a match, he cuts a promo. He says, TNA, I did it. He says, I not only dedicate this win to all the people here and the audience, but I dedicate this win to all the TNA fans around the world. I love you guys more than you will ever know. Thank you. This man Santino was acting like Rocky Balboa at the end of Rocky 2. Alright, but yeah, this was good. Santino Morella is one of the highlights here in TNA. He doesn't need to go anywhere anytime soon. Right? But that leads us to the main event.
Well, it looks like the fight's already started. It's time for the main event.
All right, and that's for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. You have Elijah versus the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Trick N.A. Trick Williams. Decent match overall, but it was predictable. And it's not to say that Elijah isn't world champion material. It's the fact that they're not going to have Mr. Trick N.A., Trick Williams, drop the belt so damn soon. You understand? So there's no possible way that Elijah was going to win here tonight. So you fast forward to the finish. All right, we see AJ Not Styles, he gets involved. All right, we see Trick, he uses the belt, but Elijah kicks out at 2. He gets up, Trick drops his ass with the trick shot. 1, 2, 3, and still TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Whoop That Trick, Trick NA, Trick Williams. And that's it for Against All Odds. Overall, I thought the show was decent. You know, I like this shit more than Money in the Bank. That's for damn sure. And I haven't seen Worlds Collide yet, but I will, and I'll do a review for it because I don't see that many people reviewing it. So I got you guys. Alright, I'll show AAA some love. It's been a minute since I've seen a pay-per-view from them anyway, so I got you guys. But that's all I gotta say about this bullshit, so I want to hear from you guys. How do you guys feel about Against All Odds? I'm in the studio getting blown. What was your favorite match? What was your favorite moment? All that good stuff, you know what I mean? Put that shit in the comment section. To those who go out their way to like and comment on my videos, man, I can't stress this enough. Thank you, because that's all I want to see. Like, that's the whole fucking reason I do it. I break it down Barney style how I feel overall, you know, on whatever show it is I'm reviewing, but I want to hear from you guys, right? And to those who go out their way to dislike my videos, especially that one individual, because I know it's one that's on his channel who's always disliking what I gotta say, but yes, still for some reason continues to watch my videos. More power to you. Right? I don't get it. I really don't, but hey, big ups to you. As far as the next video, there's a couple videos I still want to do about WWE. I gotta review Worlds Collide. I still gotta do Evolve. I still gotta get caught up on NWA. There's a bunch of shit, man. Plus, there's a couple of requests from you guys that you want me to do. I got you guys. I'll try to get that done this week. Alright, but that's it for now. Wasting enough of your guys' time. So, with that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, your loved ones. Stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Until next time, adios.